Got this at Costco, a really good deal. Actually, my kids bought it for me for Christmas, so that was even better. And this is a Vitamix or a high-speed blender is really a great tool to have for when you want to eat more plant-based foods and just for smoothies and blending. They really does a good job. Now, the vessel that came with my unit was this one. And you'll see it has a pretty wide base. I ended up buying this one here that's the same size, but it's narrow and higher. And I like that for things like the making cashew cheeses and things because we don't want to put too much water in. And I find with this one, I usually have to have about 2 cups of cashews, or will be double the recipe that you're going to get today for this particular recipe. And just because when you don't put enough in, it all splats to the outside and you end up having to stop it every 5 seconds to scrape it down, and then you turn it on again, and 5 seconds later you're turning it off. So when I'm using this one, I usually make sure I have 2 cups of cashews, and then really it's a double recipe. And I did actually make my cashew cheese yesterday in this one, and I did the exact recipe. And I ended up, the other option is you add a little bit more water, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to use this one. And I also have a tamper with this, which is to make sure it's going, keep it going and moving it around. You should not put anything like a spatula in here. That's not a good idea. And once you put the lid on, you put the tamper in the middle with this, take this off, and that will help it to move it around and keep it going because this is pretty thick. If you have enough liquid, you don't need to do any of this. But for this, we want to try and keep our liquid to a low amount. And so we're going to make sure we use the tamper. Okay. We are starting off. I have a cup of cashews that I have soaked, and I soaked it since this morning. I used warm water to do it. So it's been about 4 hours. You can soak it 4 to 6 hours is probably about the right amount. If you're in a hurry, you forgot to soak the cashews, I guess the pro tip is to use boiling hot water